What is up, you guys? I want to do a video here on VTIQ. Now, VTIQ has been all over the headlines as the reverse merger with Nikola Motors draws closer and closer. It is said that I believe by the end of June, the reverse merger will be complete, and this company will then be traded under the ticker symbol NKLA for Nikola Motors. Now, this information initially came out at the beginning of March. Now, up on the screen, we have the 6-month, 4-hour time frame, and you can see that initial push. We were right around $10 a share, and we pushed all the way up here towards $16 per share. So a pretty hefty move, and then we were traced back down. We found some support right around that $10.50 price point, and we were trading in there for some period of time, and it wasn't until about mid-April, so about a month ago, that we broke out of that channel, and then we started trading up and up, and then we started to get close to the old highs up here around $16 a share, and we sold back down. So to me, when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, I don't know if this thing really has the legs, right? We didn't even make it up to this previous high. Then we came back down. We made a bit of a higher low in comparison to what we saw before when we saw the breakout, right? And then we pushed. And we pushed and we've pushed and we pushed all the way up until we hit $35 a share this morning, which I just thought was absolutely crazy. And when I thought about it, you know, what's really new? There really isn't anything new. We're just getting closer and closer to the reverse merger. So to me, I think that a lot of people are excited about this reverse merger. They're excited about Nikola Motors. When you look at them, and what does it make you think of? It makes you think of Tesla. It makes you think of kind of future innovations. You know, that they're building They're building electric vehicles, electric semi-trucks, hydrogen fuel-based semi-trucks, and so people are excited about it, and they think that it can do really big things, especially with the moves that Tesla has been making. Now, just because they are an electric vehicle producer, that does not mean that they're going to be a great electric vehicle or EV manufacturer and producer. You know, they have to have the business model there, and they have to continue that and continue to develop and innovate new good products that the market wants to see. Now, with that being said, it has been put out there that they have about 14,000 pre-orders for their vehicles or the product that they are producing, and that is valued at about $10 billion. So Nikola does have a lot going for it. It is not just an overinflated company. I do think that it is good, but I do think that in the near term here, as we look at the stock price, it may be a little bit over the top. You know, again, nothing has really changed all that much from what we were seeing back here in March in comparison to what we're seeing now, yet the price now is twice what the high was back in March. So that is just something to keep in mind. Nikola Motors, or VTIQ here, is up over 100% in the past week to 2 weeks, and I think a lot of people are just like, man, this is awesome. I want to put some money in it, flinging money in, and it's boom, inflating the stock price. So without, you know, I'm not going to continue on that rant for too long, but let's go ahead and look at more recent trading here on VTIQ. And specifically, as we look at today, I think that there are some pretty important signs that we saw today that this could potentially reverse to the downside, and we might see a good drop here in VTIQ's stock price, as it may be kind of artificially high in comparison to what it really should be with all the hype that it has gotten. And as we look at this morning, I think that that is a nice little indication. So we traded up this morning. We opened up, I'll zoom in a little bit closer here. We traded up here towards $33 a share. Then we reversed back down, quickly seeing those pre-market lows right around $30 a share. So we're going to go ahead and throw in a support right around $29 a share. So we're going to go ahead and throw in a support right there at $29 a share. Then we traded up, we traded up all the way up here towards $35 a share, and we actually poked through it and hit 35.38. What happened when we hit $35 a share? This thing sunk in the span of about, what was it, 30 minutes, an hour to 30 minutes, or 30 minutes to an hour. This thing sunk over 25% from $35 a share all the way down to $25 a share. So this thing is super volatile if you are wanting to trade it. If you got caught in this, you could have lost a lot of money depending on what your position size was. So just be careful and be mindful that this thing is going to swing pretty drastically, and the spread on trading this thing is also pretty high, so you might not get in at the most ideal price point. If you're placing a market order or even a limit order, you might not get filled exactly depending on what broker you are using. But nonetheless, we found some support here at 25, and if you look at the day prior, you can see that there was some trading right around 25 all the way down here to the mid 24s. So we found some support, a lot of buyers really reversing that price up, and then we met some resistance right in here around the $31 price point, right in between 31 to 31.50 is really the resistance that I was looking at there. As you can see, we initially went for it right in here, and then we sold back down, and then we pushed back up, and then we sold back down again. And it wasn't until right before the market closed that we got close to that price point, but really couldn't do anything about it. We broke through 31, and then we just kind of fizzled out, and we closed in the low 30s. But nonetheless, VTIQ it's moving, right? People are interested in this thing, but they may be, again, overinflating that price, and if this thing starts to move downward, it can quickly move downward if people are like, all right, yeah, this thing really is a little bit over the top. Maybe we pushed it a little bit too far. I'm just going to go ahead and take profits, and it could quickly move to the downside, similar to what we saw here today. Once we hit $35 a share, and in an hour's time, we lost 25% of the overall stock price. So just keep that in mind. Make sure that you have a good plan in place if you're going to trade it or swing it or do whatever here. But again, I think that resistance right here around $31 up to $31.50 is pretty important. I want to see a break through that. And then other than that, we have this top up here around $35 a share. I don't think it really means a whole lot. If we break through that, more buyers are probably going to flood in and keep pumping this thing higher. But obviously with a day like today, you kind of want to take it in, absorb it, take it for what it's worth, see what you can see about this stock chart. Again, not much has really changed. We're just getting closer and closer to that reverse merger date. So just keep all of that in mind. Keep yourself informed. And again, just come up with the best plan possible for you based on your risk tolerance and what you see as there being profit on the table. If you think that this is really profitable and that you can make a good chunk of money, go for it. If you don't really see the value, then maybe look at something else. But from time to time, if you want to look at this and see, okay, well, where did it actually move? And you can kind of get a better understanding for these really quickly moving stocks that I don't want to call it pump and dump, but it kind of is a pump as this thing has gone up over 100% here in the past week to 2 weeks. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you would like, leave a like, leave a comment of another stock that you want me to analyze, or however I can make these videos better. Until then, you guys do your best trading. Hopefully you can make some money, and I'll catch you guys in the